Condoleezza Rice. This next story, this is kind of, I better take a break here. Pat Dye, who is the football coach, he's with the Auburn, former Auburn football coach, is just, well, I wouldn't know if he's livid, but he is just beside himself that Condoleezza Rice has ended up on the college football playoff selection committee. He doesn't think that she knows anything about football other than what she's read or has been told or what she might have seen on TV. He's livid about it. And I have details when we get back. Okay, folks, there's some college football news. The Fox Sports Network on the MSN. There have been plenty of criticism of the selection of Condoleezza Rice to the upcoming college football playoff selection committee, but perhaps no one has taken an approach to the former Secretary of State's appointment as misguided as former Auburn football coach Pat Dye. Pat Dye was on the radio Monday morning. He lashed out, it says here, accusing Rice of not knowing the game. Hey, Pat, you know she wants to be the commissioner of the NFL, too. Here's what Pat Dye said. Folks, this is not done. I mean, you talk about violating political correctness and every other tenet today. Pat Dye said of Condoleezza Rice, all she knows about football is what somebody told her, or what she read in a book, or what she saw on television. To understand football, you got to play with your hand in the dirt. He said, I love Condoleezza Rice. She's probably a good statesman and all of that. But how in the hell does she know what it's like out there when you can't get your breath and it's 110 degrees and a coach asks you to keep going? Dye also indicated the decision to include Rice in the process could impact the fairness of the selection process. He said that goes back to politics. Which one she likes the best? Which one's the smoothest talker? Pat Dye. He was 73 years old, by the way. He last coached in 1992. He said the game's played on the field, and she's never played the game. What business does she have selecting teams in the playoffs? Now, it says here, I'm going to read this as it says, it's not a given that Dye intended for his statement to come off as sexist. And perhaps he would have said the same thing about a male politician who was appointed to the committee, but it sure came across that way. This is a news story. And now Pat Dye will go down as the latest live radio cautionary tale as a result. So see, the bottom line is he did it on the radio. That means radio's bad. Live radio's too dangerous. You have all these PC violations and everything. I think there's something else going on here. I don't know. I've just been asked what the color is for testicular cancer. I don't know what the color is for prostate cancer is. A ribbon? You have a ribbon? No, I don't think there is a ribbon for prostate cancer. I don't think there's a ribbon for men's diseases. Other than AIDS. I think that's it. I don't think there's... No. Why would they do that? Why would women's sports wear colored things for men's illnesses? Why would they do that? What do you mean to show awareness? To who? Who's watching? Where's awareness to who? Who's watching women's sports? Who's watching it? This Pat Dye and Condoleezza Rice thing, there's something else going on. I'm not going to tell you what I think because I could be dead wrong. But the guy is 73. He obviously is a different generation. He had to work for everything. But I think there are obviously some things about Condoleezza Rice that he doesn't know. There was a piece on ESPN in 2007 about her and her fascination with the world of sports. And it turns out these people that have talked to her claim that she could ace an aptitude test on football, an X's and O's aptitude test. When she was born, a football was waiting for her in her crib. Her father obviously was hoping for a boy. Her father's name was John Rice. He was a Haskell coach and athletic director in Birmingham, Alabama, and he had the football, and she said it. She said that he had a football, and he got a girl, meaning her. And she's an only child. She showed her father that she shared his passion for the game. By the time she turned 3, they were watching Cleveland Browns games on TV. The Browns at the time under Paul Brown were one of the NFL's earliest integrated teams, and she was enamored with Paul Brown, and then got fired by the Browns, went to the Cincinnati Bengals, and so forth. And there's this little detail. When her father joined the University of Denver faculty in the late 60s, a number of the Denver Broncos players then would visit his house, her father's house, where football was often topic A. And the story goes, the legend is that these Broncos players that come over to Condi Rice's dad's house were astonished at her knowledge and her penetrating questions on the X's and O's aspect of the game. Her family does have a strong background in football. I don't know if Pat Dye knows that or not, but clearly there's something going on here that has something other than what it appears to be on the surface. There has to be something else. And it could very well be a cultural thing.